Welcome to APsprayarts. Hey all, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time visiting, hi, I'm Lauren. I go by APsprayarts. And if this is your return visit, thanks for checking me out again. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, all that fun stuff. So here we go. This is a Scooby-Doo painting. A lot of stencils paintings start out with you do the painting and then you use the negative space and you spray in the stencil. In this case, I'm doing it more of what I call a speed painting kind of style that I learned from someone, where you do the spray paint black, put down your stencils, and then you go on with your painting over top of it. And of course, Scooby-Doo, you gotta do it with the haunted house. When I was growing up, I only had 2 channels. Yes, I'm that old that I only had 2 channels. In fact, I remember one of our first television sets, we had a black and white one showing the picture sitting on top of a colored one that didn't really work except for the sound. So you had to make sure both channels were on the same station, and we only had channels 2 and 4, sometimes 9 on Saturdays if the wind was right. So I never really saw Scooby-Doo that much when I was a kid, but then I met my wife in the year 2000, and she is a huge Scooby-Doo fan and introduced me to the gang, which now I've seen probably every movie dozens of times because my children loved it, and now my grandson loves it as well. And of course, Scooby-Doo is a great metaphor for things. We all think there's a whole lot of monsters outside, but a lot of times it's just a person underneath doing some bad things or trying to make some money or something like that. So sometimes you just gotta forget about monsters and just fight back. So what are your favorite cartoons from when you were a kid, or cartoons now? They're so different now. My grandson's watching things, and some of the cartoons they have now I don't think would ever have gotten away with when I was a kid. My favorite was always the Smurfs. I went to England in 1980, where I was first introduced to Smurf toys, and then when I came back to Canada, they seemed to explode everywhere, and there was a Smurf TV show and Smurf movie later on in the 80s. So that was my favorite cartoon. What's yours? Tell me in the comments what your favorite cartoon is then or now, or the difference between the old cartoons and the new ones. One of the new ones my grandson watches and I like to watch, I think, is Bear and Lemmings. Not sure if that's the exact name of it, but we'll sit there and watch that thing for hours. Anyway, back to the painting. So I've got the hill with the trail coming down, and here I'm putting in bushes with a little foam brush, little line of forest. Gonna mist that over and put in another line of forest. Right now I'm just kind of thickening it up so you're getting some all black in there. You see me do this kind of forest many times. It's just an easy kind of background forest, and it does, when you're out in nature, if you look off in the distance, does look like forest and gives you some distance and everything. So I officially started spray painting in the winter of 2022. Oh, there I am with the hairdryer, drying it up, getting ready for the mist. And now we're in the winter of 2024. So I've officially been painting for 2 years, getting better all the time. This painting here was done in 2023. I done an original one the year before, much similar to this, but not as great. And this one still needs a whole lot of work as well. I'm not saying it's a bad painting, because you shouldn't put down your own work, but you can always be improving. And the way you improve is just by doing it over and over again, learning some new techniques. My practice training style might be a little different than others, but it seems to work for me, and maybe it'll work for you. So what I'll do is often just watch other painters doing their videos, doing their paintings, and I will learn techniques from that. I can't always go paint due to life, job, grandson, cold weather, all that kind of stuff. But I will, when I can, I will write down notes on what that technique is, and it'll be in my list, and then hopefully I can draw on that when I do get to paint. And if I need to, I save the video that I've just seen, so that way I can go back, watch that video again, figure out the technique. And sometimes, like I've said in other videos, it doesn't always work for me. I might need to switch it up a little bit. So I did a whole lot of mist in the bottom, leaving some black negative space in there, because when there's mist, you can still see it. And I'm putting on a little bit of black in the bottom, just so that you have grass kind of thing on their feet when you pull it up. Little Siggy in the corner. And the reveal of the characters, sticking a little bit. There you go. All the gang is there. And here I'm putting in some lighter color into the windows so that they're going to kind of glow a little bit. Lifting it up. Not too bad. Could have been a little cleaner, but that's all right. And this is coming in with some black on the tip of a card. Put in some birds or bats, depending on what your view is. It's a little hard to see because of my circle light's reflection, but I'll show you the finished product in just a second, and you get to see all these little bats all over the place. Some shooting stars. And here's the reveal. What do you think? Let me know. Be good to each other. Do something great for yourself.